started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our time management training. I'm so excited that you're here with us. It is Tuesday night, and I am so excited about the stuff we're going to learn and do tonight together. It's going to help you rock your business. It's also going to help you rock in your personal life, too. Just wait and see. It's going to be super fun. Okay, so for those of you that are joining on your very first training call, my name is Godwin, and I am your Superstar Director. I like to call myself Scentsy Mama, though. So welcome. I know that we have a bunch of new recruits joining us tonight, and I'm so excited that you have picked our Scentsy family. That is just, it's incredibly fun to start your Scentsy business right before the fall kicks off. Oh my gosh, the fun in store for you is crazy. And so welcome to those of you that are new. Give yourself a shout out, a thumbs up, or put your name in the chat if you are over 500 PRV this month so far. Give a shout out, over 500 PRV. Some of you are like, give me a thumbs up if you're there. If it's in your workstation right now, give me a thumbs up or post in the chat. We want to shout you out. Yay to all of you guys that are over 500. It is past the halfway mark of August, our sale. So it is easier to sell in a sale. That's a lot of S words. Because you have the because, right? So that's exciting. So I want to spend just a bit of time to talk about current events, and then we'll jump off into the nitty-gritty, the main part of our training. Current events. So for those of you that don't know, we just started a brand new incentive period for our new trip, and here's the deal. You may be saying, I'll never get there. I just started Scentsy. Or I'll never get there. I'm a lead consultant. Or I'll never get there. I don't do well with this or that or whatever. Let me tell you, I've been on every annual incentive trip that's been offered since I've joined Scentsy. And every time I go, here's what I find. There's new people there. There's people that are lead consultants. There's people that live in little bitty areas. There's people that have babies. There's people that work full-time jobs. There's people that don't think they're great at recruiting. There's people that don't think they're great at selling. So whatever excuse you're giving you, when you get on that incentive trip, you're going to find that there are boatloads of other people that are just like you. The difference, they're not letting their excuses hold them back. So I want you to own this incentive trip, and I want you to push hard. I want you to get there, okay? So if you want more information about the incentive trip, where you've got 3 different options of places to go. It's incredible, you guys. But it's all in the news tab. I'm not going to waste a whole bunch of time talking about it because it's all in the news tab. That's where we all get our information. We are in a sale. The terminology I love to use is almost everything in the catalog is on sale. Did you notice I didn't say 10%? Because marketing-wise, saying 10% is just not super sparkly. Okay, so if you were going to shop at a clothing store and you saw a rack that said 10%, would you go running up to it? Probably not. Okay, because 10% isn't that great, sparkly, amazing powerhouse deal, right? But if you just say sale, it is, okay? So don't discredit the sale by saying 10%. Change your marketing approach, okay? And what I really love to do is to remind people that the bundle and save options that are already discounted and then discounted an additional 10%, now that is a big deal, okay? So really try to sell from the bundle and saves and cut the 10% chat. That shouldn't even come out of your mouth, okay? Unless you're talking to them about how much to actually discount it, okay? But don't try to market your sale by saying 10%. More current events. We are doing a Rock That Rank challenge for our team incentive, and tomorrow's a checkpoint. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that if you have orders to place or if you are that close from closing out an order, you need to get it in tonight, okay? Or at least tomorrow before lunch. Deal? Get it in because you're in competition with every single person in your rank. And I have 5 prizes that are going to blow your mind. They're really, really cool. And the deal is I bought them when I was in North Carolina doing a Scentsy event for my group up there. And I left them in North Carolina and I about flipped out, but I got the text yesterday and the girl's sending them to me. Thank you, Amy, for making that happen. And so I'm super excited about our prizes, our giveaways. It's going to be 1 winner per rank. So 1 essential, 1 certified, 1 lead, 1 star, and 1 superstar consultant are going to be the winners. And I hope that that's you. So be watching our Facebook page tomorrow. Be watching your text tomorrow. We'll do a checkpoint tomorrow. And you know what that means, right? Checkpoint means it's time for you to post your PRV. Brag on yourself, right? Okay. So let's see. Help me remember. Give me some ideas. What are some more current events that you think I should mention on our training call tonight? Just to remind people, we have a new buddy. That thing's cute. Oh my heck. I was freaking out when I saw it. Yeah. Okay. So what else is a fun current event shout out that I need to, something in the corporate world? We have our new catalog coming out September 1st. Is that it? Harvest collection. Beth wins. Yes. Oh my gosh. Thanks for reminding me about that. See, my brain is so blonde. What would I do without you guys? Yes. Harvest collection. I saw some of that stuff. Oh my gosh. It's amazing. It's so amazing. I get more excited about fall than anything else, and I love it so much. Oh, I'll tell you something too. I wanted to mention this, and I almost forgot. The oil transition kit is available now. I think it's like $32, $36 or whatever. That is really cool. Let me tell you, even if you can't afford to get all of the oils that we sell, just get the transition kit. They're a little bit smaller. They're 5 milliliters instead of 15. They are a perfect size for travel. You can even use them, of course, but you can sell essential oils just from having that set. I'm a firm believer that you don't have to have the entire collection to be able to sell a line very well. Okay, so get that oil kit. It's worth it. It's a tax deduction, don't forget. But you guys all know about that. Okay, so, right, Brandon, I love what you said in the chat, that it's a great place to start if you can't get the big one. Well said. Okay, so I'm going to stop with all the current events because we all know where to find all of these things. Be watching for the back-ordered list, and all of that stuff is super easy to find when you go to your workstation and use the magnifying glass in the top right-hand corner, and you will be able to type in whatever you need to, and it will pull it up. Ready to get into our time management training? First of all, thank you guys for being on tonight. I realize that we're all really busy, and it means a lot that you are investing in yourself and investing in your Scentsy business to take out your time from your Tuesday night to learn how to manage your time. So I want to start us off with a little fun something. I'm going to share my screen, and then I am going to let you watch a little video to get us started, and let me do that. Share screen. This. Thanks for being patient. Pulling it up. Oh man, where'd it go? Hold on, hold on. I went to the wrong one. Go away. Hold on, this is really funny. Okay, ready?
Excuse me, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you something? Hi, can I talk to you for a second? Sure. I see you're a dad, is that right? I'm wondering, how do you balance being a father and your work? How do you balance fatherhood and work?
That's a good question.
Have you ever been asked it?
No, I can't say that it's ever really come up.
BALANCE.
Never been asked that.
Maybe once, I guess.
This time?
That would be one.
Yeah, I'm sure men occasionally get asked how they balance it all, but seriously, women get asked this all the time. We're putting completely ridiculous expectations on ourselves, and then we just end up feeling like failures. Because balancing it all implies that all the plates I'm carrying daily are balanced perfectly, and that's unrealistic and semi-abusive. Balance is a dirty, dirty word. You know what? We should start bleeping it out. Seriously. Did your wife get asked how she everything?
Oh, I'm sure she has.
All the time.
All the time.
Because I've only been asked about 7,692 times, and then I stopped counting. You never get asked.
Not until just now, no.
Every time I try to all my plates perfectly, you know, the kids' activity plate, and the kids' homework plate, and the husband plate, and the work plate, and the cooking plate, and the cleaning plate, and the volunteer plate, and the other plate, and more plates, and all my plates, at least one or more will fall and crash. You can't and don't have to fix it all perfectly in order to be a wonderful person. It's not about it's about choosing which plates I'm going to carry and which plates I'm going to have to put down for a couple hours. And sometimes, often, I'm going to need to ask for help in carrying all my plates. And that doesn't make me inadequate. That makes me human. So treat yourself a little more fairly. Stop expecting yourself to be extraordinary at everything every single day. And yes, that might mean missing out on certain things or not being employee of the month, but it also means not losing your sanity. And your spouse, your kids, your boss, they don't need you to fix it all perfectly, but they do need you to be semi-sane. So how do you being a parent and work?
You know, I'm going to have to call my wife and ask her.
Honey, we need more plates. Stupid.
Okay, so did any of you guys, could you relate to any of that? And I'm sorry for all of the guys watching that are like, hey, what? That was a little bit rude, right? No, but for real, it is kind of hard. And, you know, like, honestly, even the guys watching this, like, just trying to, you know what future is ahead of you with Scentsy, right? But then you also know the plates or the hats that you have to wear every single day. And I'm going to share a little bit about my story because I need you guys to remember that I haven't always been a superstar director. I haven't always had an 11-year-old that could feed himself. I haven't always worked from home. I haven't always lived in Georgia. And when I built my Scentsy business and what got that train rolling, I did whenever I had a 2-year-old. When I was working 6 days a week I'd leave the house at about 7:15 every morning and I wouldn't get home till 8 every night. And I had a 2-year-old that I never put in daycare. The things that I did while I was doing that, that's when I moved from essential to director, was when I had all of that on my plate. So I'm going to share with you tonight the things that I did then when I was truly working. What is that? That's more than 12 hours a day, about 13 hours a day. I'm going to share the things that I was doing then, 6 days a week, you guys. And then on Sunday, that wasn't a day off. I played the piano for my church. I sang. I taught a children's choir. My husband was a Sunday school teacher. Like, Sunday wasn't even a day off. Sunday we were all in at church, right? So I'm going to share not the things that superstar director Laura today does. I'm going to share with you the things that I did back then that got me to superstar director, because I'm going to be 100% honest and transparent with you. One day you're going to be able to afford to have help. I've had a personal chef before. I've had cleaning people before. I have a personal assistant right now. But it was what I did in those really crazy, don't have time to hardly even shower days that got me to the place where I could throw money at getting the kind of help that I have today. Does that make sense? Okay. So I shared the video with you because I want you to know that you're not alone. I want you to know that everybody, even people that don't have a home-based business, they feel crazy, okay? And I want you to know that it's really easy to get caught up in the time that you aren't in charge of. Okay, so here's what I mean. If you work a 9 to 5, it's real easy for you to focus all your attention on your 9 to 5 and let that become a huge hurdle in your mind. I want you to stop thinking about your 9 to 5. I want you to stop thinking about, I don't know what it is that you do that you're not in charge of. If you work, or if you, if you're, I don't know what all you guys do, but I want you to stop thinking about that, because that right there is one of the main reasons why people get bogged down in time management, because all they want to focus on are the times of their day that they don't have control over. And then nobody wants to talk about the times that they do, because we go into this thing thinking like, well, I deserve to do this, and I work 9 to 5 today, so I deserve to have that. But here's the thing. You're not working for today. You're working for where you want to be tomorrow, next year, the year after. You want to make 6 figures with Scentsy? Great. Let's get that train started right now. You're not thinking about the here and the now and the today. I would get home at 8 o'clock every single night, 7:30, 8 o'clock. And that was my last piano student. And I would get my family fed. I would do a little bit of cleaning, get my little boy ready for bed, spend time with my husband. I would even get in bed with my husband. And then when he fell asleep, I'd get out of bed and I'd work my Scentsy business until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning every single night. And then I'd wake up at 5:30 and get it all started all over. I don't know how I managed on so little sleep, and many of you guys may kind of feel the same way. Like, how do you keep going? I realized that part of my problem back then was I didn't know how to manage my time very well. I was trying to do dumps of stuff instead of consistently trying to chip away at blocks. I would be like, oh my gosh, I haven't done laundry in 2 weeks. It's laundry night. And I do laundry for 4 hours. I would realize that, I had a fundraiser coming in, and the night before I'd be like, okay, I got to get ready for this fundraiser. So I'm going to work for 3 hours doing this fundraiser. Instead, I should have been managing my time a little bit better. And so I'm going to share some of those ideas with you tonight. So I have broken down time management for business owners like you into 3 categories, okay? And that's cooking, cleaning, and creating your Scentsy empire. It's 3 C's. And until just now, I couldn't figure out how to make the last C happen, cooking, cleaning, and I've not been able to figure out the last C, but I just did it on the spot, on the fly in front of you guys. How awesome. Okay, not really. But anyway, I wanted it to go C, 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 and yeah, I couldn't get it to work out. But yeah, so creating your Scentsy empire is the 3rd C. I'm going to spend just a second talking about cleaning, because I realize that some of you guys are single, and this is going to be a boring part to you. Or some of you guys are maybe not. See, we were super bad struggling financially when I started Scentsy, so I couldn't afford to have a house cleaner. So I don't want to get real bogged down in this area, because I realize that some of you guys do have someone coming in to clean your house or whatever. So, but I have to tell you that there were a lot of times where I left my family without any clean clothes to go and do a Scentsy party, because I could only see the benefit of Scentsy and not the fact that they needed their everyday life to flow smoothly. And I was in charge of that. And so even though I was on this super Scentsy high with how awesome Scentsy was going to be for our family, they were just wondering why they didn't have any clean clothes. They were wondering why they had to do the dishes 6 nights in a row, because I was always on the computer. Being honest, okay? They were wondering why mommy was always stressed out. I'm being honest. If I had learned to manage my time, I could have avoided some of those train wrecks that were coming. So I created a cleaning schedule. This was back in 2009, and guys, Pinterest was Pinterest even around in 2009? Does anybody know? I don't even know. But I'll tell you, if it was, I didn't know about it. So I had to make cleaning schedules for myself so that I could spend about 15 minutes a day cleaning. And I realized, I found out the hard way, that if I cleaned for 15 minutes a day, then the house stayed clean. If I waited until one day a week and did all my cleaning on one day, the house never stayed clean. I'm being honest. So I'm going to share this with you. It's the cleaning schedule. It's very similar. I've revamped it. And like I said, some of you may not even need this. And, honestly, I have help today that I didn't have before I became a superstar director. But I'm going to share this with you. The reason I left Thursday, Friday, and Saturday a little bit more free is because Thursday was always my team training nights. Friday was usually my home party nights. And Saturday is when so many things happen, like birthday parties and church stuff and all that kind of stuff. And so I intentionally left those days a little bit free, but I'm going to upload it for you. You can change it around based on your schedule. If you always do your Scentsy parties on Tuesday night, then switch this around and let Tuesday be your more free day. But I promise you, if you get consistent and you really have a game plan and work it, this cleaning schedule will help change your life. And your family will start to notice that, hey, things are getting done. It doesn't look like a trash heap in here, okay? Cooking. Let's talk about cooking. So let me just get real with you for a second. When I started my Scentsy business, we were super struggling financially. It really wasn't our fault. I can say that with an open heart and mind, clear conscience, whatever. Just things that happened in my husband's work. The economy failed in, 2008, 2007, 8, whatever. And things just turned a little bit upside down for us. And so we were struggling financially. When Scentsy came along, you guys know my story. I didn't want to treat it like a business. I just wanted that kit. I never thought it was going to be anything awesome. And then it was, and I caught the Scentsy virus like all of you guys have. And what started happening was I was watching these trainings. I was reading these books. I was talking to my mentors. I saw the vision of what Scentsy could be. It was going to be awesome. I was going to be a superstar director one day. I was going to not have to work. It was going to be so grand. And so I just chased that Scentsy train hard. And I didn't really think much about my family and what they had to eat. There were a lot of times where I would leave and just think that they'd figure out how to make something from the little bit of stuff we had in the pantry. I mean, I'm being honest. I was so excited about that Scentsy party that I was going to do that, sometimes it wasn't until the next day that I realized, oh, they had sandwiches for the third night in a row. Honestly, it wasn't always like that, but there were a lot of times where my family had to eat out a lot. And I wasn't making great money with Scentsy at that point. I was still moving up through the ranks. So all the money that I was working so hard to get was going to the Mexican restaurant, was going to Chick-fil-A, because it's expensive to eat out, you guys. And my family's budget wasn't in a place where we could pull resources for the eating out envelope. It came out of my Scentsy money. So there were a lot of months where, even though I had worked really hard in Scentsy, when we looked at the budget, I actually lost money some months because I didn't manage my time well. They were having to eat out instead of me managing my time and making meals for them. They wanted to eat at home. I just hadn't done what I should have. Okay, so nowadays we have Pinterest. Nowadays we have Instant Pot. Can I get a witness? How many of you guys have an Instant Pot? Oh my heck, yeah. Okay, and there are so many different ways. Like there's HelloFresh, which isn't very cheap, but there's, oh my gosh, there's so many different ways that we can make sure that our families are taken care of food-wise nowadays. But back in 2009, there wasn't, okay? And so I had to get really, honestly, I had to kind of create my own little system. I do have somebody to thank for this, but I really decided that I had to start making sure that when I cooked, I made more than just one meal. So here's what it looked like in 2009. When I would, let's just say Monday, I would cook 4 pounds of ground beef instead of 2. I'd turn 2 of the pounds into spaghetti that we would have that night. And the other 2 pounds I would go ahead and make into taco meat that we would have for Tuesday. So Monday and Tuesday were taken care of. Wednesday, we had sandwiches or corn dogs or something really fast because that's our church night. And so we're really not home that much anyway. Thursday, I would cook again. So I had 2 cooking days. On Thursday, let's just say chicken breast. I would boil chicken breast, 4 pounds, double what I needed. 2 pounds would go for a chicken pot pie that I was making, let's just say for that day. The other 2 pounds I'd make, let's just say chicken salad that I would use for Friday. On Saturdays, we usually would grill or we weren't at home. And then Sundays we ate with my mother-in-law. This pattern of consistent cooking a little bit more than what we needed, it saved our finances. It saved my family from eating out, which isn't healthy. It saved me from feeling super mom guilt whenever I'm out there chasing my Scentsy boss dream and leaving my family at home. I also found a Mississippi roast recipe from my very great friend, Barbie. And anytime I had a Scentsy party, I put that roast on in the crock pot, and it was my family's favorite meal. And so anytime they smelled that Scentsy or that Mississippi roast, they knew Mommy had a home party that night, or Mommy had a fundraiser that night. And so it was almost kind of fun because it was their favorite meal. They almost looked forward to when Mommy was going to be doing her Scentsy thing because that was kind of a routine we got in. Okay, so I don't want to get too bogged down because I realize that all of us are in different places in our life as far as food goes. Some of you guys may be single and not have to really worry about taking care of a family. Others of you may have a personal chef. That's fun. I did that for a while. And so you may be in different places in your life. I'm going to share a website that I highly recommend after the end of this call. I will put it on the team page, and it will help you kind of maybe if this is something that you feel like is in a deficit, okay, then I think this website will be really great help, and it will teach you how to kind of be a little bit more, I can't think of the right word, but a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Intentional with your cooking, okay? All right, so we've talked about cleaning, we've talked about cooking. Now let's talk about creating your Scentsy empire. So I really feel like that someone can promote and run a well-designed Scentsy empire by working their business 15 minutes a day on most days other than party days or fundraising days or event days, okay? And I know that some of you guys are looking at me like, wait a minute, you just told us that you stayed up until 2 o'clock in the morning working your Scentsy business. Yes, because I didn't have a plan. But when I started getting a plan, that started changing. Scentsy Mama started going to bed before 2 o'clock in the morning because I started getting more consistent and I worked with a plan rather than just being all over the place. So before I give you what's on this sheet of paper, I want to tell you 3 things. Number 1, I highly recommend that you pick one time of day to check your Facebook. And I'm going to be honest with you. You may have to set a timer. Don't feel like a failure if you have to set a timer. I have a timer. 10, 15 minutes a day tops for Facebook. Because what happens is we get on Facebook and we get super sidetracked. And I love all of you to death, but if I don't have time to be on newsfeed, then I'm kind of thinking that most of you guys don't either. Newsfeed never did anything for me. I gave it up about 2 years ago. Best thing I ever did. I love you a lot, but I have no clue if you just had a baby or if you've been in the hospital or if you had chili for supper last night. because I'm not on newsfeed. When I get on Facebook, I'm very intentional. I know I only have 10 to 15 minutes of time for that Facebook time, and I'm checking groups. I start with our team page, and you should too. Go type in Southern accents and make sure that there's not anything going on our team page that you need to know about. Make sure you have your notifications turned on too for our team page, because I've been noticing Facebook has changed things again. Okay. Then if there's any other pages that help you in your Scentsy journey, then get a game plan. Know which days of the week you're going to target those pages. What I found is that more than likely, I don't need to check all those pages every single day. I can check them on Tuesdays and Fridays and catch up on everything in between and save myself a boatload of time. So maybe it's the Scentsy official page that you want to check. Well, it doesn't have to be checked every day. It's not like our team page. So maybe you could check it on Tuesdays and Thursdays and save yourself a little bit of time, or Tuesdays and Saturdays, okay? Then the other thing is to set a time set one time a day to check Messenger. I get average 20 to 50 Facebook messages a day. No joke. If I tried to answer all of them the second they came in, I would have my phone in my hands 24/7, and I would never get anything done. Instead, I can check it once or twice a day at a certain time. I can answer everyone's Facebook message in, honestly, probably an eighth or a tenth of the time that it would take me if I added up all the times it would take me if I constantly replied immediately. Most of the time when people reach out to you by Facebook Messenger, they're not expecting you to answer them immediately. We put that burden on ourselves. We're the ones that feel like we have to answer and reply right then, right? Okay. So pick 3 days a week. I'm going to say 2 to 3 days a week that you're going to check your email. It is super easy it's super easy to neglect checking email because Facebook's more fun to check, right? But if you set a timer on your Facebook checking, then you'll have time to check your email. I recommend 2 to 3 times a week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Saturday, whatever works for you, okay? My third little hint before we get into the nitty-gritty of the Scentsy time management training is to delegate what you can, okay? You cannot delegate being a mama. You cannot delegate being a wife or a spouse, and you probably can't delegate working your 9 to 5. Sad, but you probably can't. So what can you delegate? There may be things looking around your house that you could delegate. Maybe you could delegate some of your Scentsy stuff. We'll talk about that in a minute. Maybe you could delegate some of your other chores as well. On your chore charts, on your cleaning chart, you can turn this into a chore chart, and it's really fun to do that. Let me tell you why. Your kids see your chore chart as this. And then you simply take a pink highlighter for your little girl and a blue highlighter or a green highlighter for your little boy, and give them one thing each day that's age appropriate for them. It's mama's and their chore chart. And it helps them understand that you don't get paid for washing the dishes. You don't get paid for vacuuming the bedroom. And it sets a realistic expectation of what adult life is going to be for them too. Plus, it helps check all the boxes. Age appropriate. Your 2-year-old probably can't organize the pantry. So make sure it's age appropriate. All right. So now I want to get to our the nitty gritty of the Scentsy time management, because I realize that you guys are wanting to take your business from good to great. 15 minutes a day. What the heck are you going to do? Well, I have gotten this idea from a superstar director. I revamped it. I changed it around and I made it a little bit more, I don't know, current. The 15-minute-a-day program is going, and I'm going to share this with you. You will have a hard copy that you can print out, but the 15-minute-a-day program is going to break down what you can do in literally 15 minutes a day, and you have 20 options. 20 different things that you can do, and great. You have 30 minutes one day. You could pick 2 things, and it has even like a little part at the bottom where you can check off. You got to trust me. If you do this for 17 days is what they say it takes to create a habit. If you do this for 17 days, you will see growth. You will feel better. A lot of times we don't work our business because we feel so overwhelmed we don't know where to start. With this program, you don't have to know where to start. This program will tell you what you need to do. I'm not going to read all 20 ideas, but I'm going to give you a few to just give you an idea of what this may look like for your 15 minutes. Make sure your basket parties are in order and ready to go. Send a thank you card to at least one person that's been a blessing to you or your business this week. Follow up with 2 previous customers or hostesses. Watch a training video and jot down 1 action plan to start doing. Get samples ready to go to work and the grocery and everywhere tomorrow. These are just a few of the things that are on this list. And yeah, if you do these once a month, then God help you. It's not going to make you promote next month, right? But because you're going to be doing this 15 minutes a day, it's going to make a big difference on your, oh my gosh, on everything. Your customer base is going to grow. Your paycheck's going to grow. You're going to start doing more parties because of the things that you're doing every single day. Okay. Then, if you notice when I held this up, is this backwards for you guys? No? Good. Okay, awesome. So if you noticed, this is the beginner program. I created an advanced 15-minute-a-day program for those who work the beginner program to the point where it's really starting to work for you. If you're lead and above, then the advanced program is going to be what takes you straight to director. Okay? So the beginner program is going to be everything that an essential and certified and maybe even a lead consultant, it's going to be everything that you really need. But if you're a lead and above and you've worked the beginner program like you should consistently, then the advanced program is going to be the next step in your journey. And the advanced program has a totally different list of 20. Totally detailed and designed just for the rank of lead and above. And I'm going to be honest, if you work this like you should, you will promote to lead. So if you're a certified or an essential consultant looking at me right now going, I'll never be ready for the advanced program. No, you won't. Not until you get consistent at doing the things on this list. When you are consistent with doing those things, you'll be ready. Okay. So I want to tell you a story. And then I'm going to talk about giveaways. We're going to open it up for questions and move on to the last closing part of this training. So the story, and those of you that are subscribed to my YouTube channel, you probably maybe have heard this story before. But there was a time early in my Scentsy journey where my husband asked me to quit Scentsy. And you've heard a little bit of why he would have asked me to, right? Because mama wasn't cooking. The house was a mess. I was staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning, getting average 4 to 5 hours of sleep every single day with a toddler that I was not going to put in daycare. So when he was potty training, I was potty training him while I was teaching piano. In addition to having my phone blow up with customers, Scentsy stuff, trying to manage everything, I was burning the candle at both ends. One day, my husband asked me, he truly said to me, I think that this is just too much for you. And I don't care about the money. I just want you to go back to being how you were before Scentsy came along. He had gotten that sick of the struggle. Because see, Mama was going to all of these Scentsy events and watching all these trainings. And I heard people talk about how much money there was in Scentsy. And I was inspired to do everything I was doing, but he wasn't. And there came a point where he got so sick of it that he asked me to quit. And I thought he was absolutely the dumbest person in the world. And I called my director and I was like, can you believe what my husband just told me? And she was like, huh. And I really expected her to side with me. But when she said, huh, and didn't say anything for the next little few seconds, that felt like 2 minutes, I thought, oh, crap. It's me, isn't it? It was me. And thankfully, I had somebody in my face saying, Laura, you're doing this wrong. Laura, you're not thinking about them. Laura, you're so excited about the what could be that you're forgetting the here and the now. And I'm going to tell you, there's tons of money to be made in Scentsy. I lived in a little bitty town with 1 caution lights. I was shy. I've been homeschooled. I don't have tons of friends. My family lives up where Michelle lives in Ohio. I was in Florida. I'm telling you, I didn't have any reason that Scentsy should have blown up for me, but it did. And it will for you too when you get consistent. But you can't forget that you have a life outside of Scentsy. You have friends that deserve to see your face every now and then. You have a church maybe, or a gym, or whatever you do for your hobby. You got to take care of you and the people that love you. Luke only has 1 mama. Marcus only has 1 wife. I only have 1 body. I have health problems because of the stress that I put on my body while I wasn't managing my time. Let me just say it like that. Once I got to the place where I really started managing my time, putting my family first, putting me first, everything changed. Yes, I don't have a gallbladder because of the stress that I went through, and my thyroid died during that time too. I'm telling you, I look back now and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have gotten on this time management thing long time ago, right? Yeah, you can hurt your body. You can hurt your family. You can hurt relationships, okay? So I am the one, I'm telling you right now, let me be to you what my Scentsy mama was for me. It was a wake-up call. And I want to be that wake-up call for you. I'm your biggest cheerleader. I will tell you, you will promote in Scentsy. I want all of you guys to make 6 figures one day with Scentsy. I want you to earn incentive trips, and I know you can. But not at the expense of taking care of yourself, okay? And taking care of your family. And if you learn to manage your time and use these tips, I promise it will have a wonderful effect on not just you, but your family. And then you'll learn to be able to delegate, and your Scentsy income will keep going up, and you'll be able to get help with a personal chef, someone to help clean your house, even if it's every 2 weeks or a month. Once your Scentsy income grows, then you'll be able to start delegating some of those other tasks that you don't want to do. One of the best things I ever did was learn that 1 plugin per month delegated to a teenager in my church would help me tremendously. It may be a teenager in your community or a friend of your daughter's or son's. Maybe she doesn't like to babysit, but maybe she'll come and slap labels on your products and catalogs, and she'll do it for a Scentsy plugin or a buddy. Or you may pay her. You might pay her. I think the going rate for babysitters is $5 an hour. I'm not sure. That could be off. I pay my personal assistant $10 an hour. I think that's that's super generous. And so that gives you a little bit of ratio. Maybe you could do $7 an hour for someone that was a minor, $9 an hour for someone. Anyway, what I'm telling you is that if you will learn to delegate using Scentsy products, there may be a little tiny old lady in your neighborhood that would love to sit there and stamp your catalogs. And she loves Scentsy and needs wax. Don't be afraid to let your business be a blessing to others And that may just save you in the end. I know it was hard. I am a super independent. Oh gosh, I don't love myself when it comes to this, but I am a hands-on girl. I can do it all and I want to do it all, and I don't trust anybody else with it. But when it comes to the future of your business, to get it done and to be able to make sure you do everything that calls your name every day, you may need to let go of some of those things that someone else truly could do for you. Okay? All right. So let's talk about how to get yourself a prize. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Okay, so I'm going to create, right after this is over, I'm going to create I think I'll create an album, a photo album in our team page. And this is what it's going to be called. It's going to be called Busy Bosses Recipe Share. And I need your help. I need for you to share at least one, but you can share 10, 20, 50, I don't care. I need you to share recipes that are quick and easy. It could be Instant Pot. I know some of you guys are super Instant Pot queens. It could be crock pots. It could be skillet meals, with the intention of it being quick and easy, because remember, it's going to be Busy Bosses Recipe Share. When you share the recipe, I want you to remember that there's a little stay-at-home mom, or there's a super busy, hectic mom and dad that may just use your recipe to help them manage their time and make sure their family is fed well. And who knows, you may find some new recipes in the meantime. Okay, so I get that not all of you guys are cooking people, so that's fine. Share your favorite punch recipe. Or maybe if you know how to make a homemade frappuccino or a smoothie, Michelle, I'm calling you out because I know that you are a smoothie queen. Yeah, so share those too. And when you share, you get 100 points per recipe. And I am going to draw some numbers. And we're going to do giveaways based on how many recipes you share. Now remember, it doesn't mean necessarily that it has to be food. It could be a smoothie. It could be a punch. It could be anything like that, okay? Because they're a Busy Boss recipe share. Does that make sense? And if anybody has the recipe for a good homemade chai latte, I'll love you forever. Oh my gosh, I love chai lattes. And this is a backstory that you don't really care about, but I have to tell you. So a couple of years ago, I got addicted to these chai lattes. I don't even remember the brands, but anyway, I can't find them anywhere. I used to only be able to find them at TJ Maxx, and when I found them, I was like a crazy person. I'd fill my whole cart with them. They're crazy expensive. They have packets and the Keurig pod, and you mix them together, and oh my gosh, it's so good. And then I found them on Amazon, but now I can't find them anywhere, and it makes me really sad. So anyway, that's the end of that. Okay, so you have until midnight tonight to share your recipe. I will get off of here real quick and share that you'll need a picture. So let me tell you that if it's in the photo, okay, you got to click photos and albums, okay? And you're going to need a picture of your recipe that you get from the internet or something. Take a picture of your what do you call it? Recipe book. You're going to need a picture in order to upload it to the Busy Bosses recipe share, okay? Because it's going to be in a photo album, not a file, not a file. Anybody have any questions about how to get 100 points or more for the recipe share? I'm excited about this. Also in our team page, I will upload the cleaning schedule. I will upload the cooking website that I promised. And I will upload the beginner 15-minute a day program. But you're going to have to earn the advanced program. And what do I mean by earn? By earn, I mean you're going to have to work the beginner program. I'm going to make you work it until the end of the month. I'm not going to make you work it for 17 days. Maybe that's 17 days. No, it's not. But I'm going to make you work the beginner program until the end of the month. And if you are a lead and above at the end of the month, then you message me and I will give you the advanced program, but it is not something I'm going to upload to the team page, okay? I'm going to make you earn it because I know you can, all right? I promise I would never dangle it in front of you if I didn't know that it was doable for every single one of you guys, okay? So you have to be a lead, and you have to work the beginner program until the end of the month. Deal? And you're going to love the advanced program, I promise. You're going to love the beginner one. Okay, so let's do, I gave a challenge at the beginning of this that I want to do again, okay? At the very beginning of this training, I challenged you guys to build your own credibility by posting on social media that you were taking your Tuesday night to grow yourself as a Scentsy business owner. I ask you to take a picture of your computer, of your drink, of the cat or dog on your lap, of your notebook, your pen, whatever. You just get creative. It should be different for everyone. And when you let your customers know that you are growing yourself in the area of time management, that's going to speak to them. Everyone loves to see someone getting their hustle on. And it will give them such an amazing rush to know that you are learning how to manage your time so that you can be a better Scentsy consultant for them. That is huge, okay? So I really want you to think about posting something tonight and brag on yourself, but kind of brag on the Scentsy opportunity and let them know, hey, I took my Tuesday night to get training so that I can learn how to manage my time so that I can build my Scentsy empire bigger and better. I promise that's going to help build your credibility with them better than anything else that you can do, okay? So I really, really want to challenge you to do that. Do not tag. You don't have to tag me. I don't want to be tagged to it. This is about you and your Scentsy customers. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, let's open it up for questions. For those of you that do have to get off and get back to life, thanks for being on. I'm so, so proud of you for taking time, to rock your Scentsy business and to learn how to be a well-rounded Scentsy boss. Okay, and be watching for that album as soon as we get off. I promise I'll upload that. Okay, so who has questions? You can unmute yourself or you can type it in the chat. And we'll take about 4 or 5 minutes for questions. Don't leave me hanging. Yeah, Crystal, your boxer. Oh my gosh. That thing's cute. I wish you guys could see my Gus. He got a haircut today, and we freshened up his mohawk, and he looks so fancy. But he's hiding somewhere. He doesn't like to be in front of the camera. And Mordecai, my cat, he has a cold, and he's been sneezing everywhere. And that's not a good sign. But we have vitamins that we put on him. So it's really cool. The vitamins, you rub them on his fur, and he licks them, and that's how they get them in. It's a gel. It's really cool. Super expensive, but really cool. That was really random. See what happens when you guys don't ask me questions? Yay, Brandon, I answered all your questions. Yay, you must not have had a bunch. Hey, I want to try an organ chai. That's mean. Yeah, so you guys know I gave up Starbucks when I started doing this weird CrossFit stuff. I've never done any kind of like exercise or working out or sports in my life. And then I took up CrossFit and I was like, okay, Mama got to give up the sugary because I don't like the taste of coffee. And Starbucks is the only place I've ever found that hides the taste of coffee with sugar. And they do it well. And they can give me caffeine without it tasting gross. And so, but I was like, nope, no more Starbucks. So I started doing Smoothie King because, when you take something away, you got to replace it or you'll just fall back to it. So I took away Starbucks. I added Smoothie King. I did it for 3 months, and then I went back to Starbucks, and I was like, white chocolate mocha, where are you? And I drank it, and it was so sweet, I about spit it out. So I switched to chai latte from Starbucks, and it's amazing because it's not so sickening sweet. Hey, Charlie. So yeah, you can order it on Amazon. It's super yummy with almond milk. Hey, almond milk is what I do. I use almond milk in everything, even at Starbucks and stuff. Cool. Okay, so I need to go and find Oregon chai from Amazon. Everything comes from Amazon. I wish Amazon would deliver groceries and gas and all the stuff, everything. Yeah, I wouldn't ever go anywhere if Amazon brought everything to me. Okay, 2 more minutes. Who has questions? If not, we will call it a night and let you guys get back to your awesome life.
Laura?
Yes,
Can you hear
ma'am.
me?
Yeah.
It's Jen. I just want to say thank you because I kind of fell off Scentsy for a little bit because I've been super busy with the new job and everything, but these always help me get back on track and everything. So I just want to say thank you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And I know it's dark. I'm trying to get my son to bed.
Oh. No, girl, you're good. Do your mama thing, girl. Thanks for being on, and I'm so glad that something helped you. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, these always help like make me want to get back in it and like try a little harder. So I appreciate it.
Oh, you bet. That's why we're here. I love it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Hey, Laura, can I give a shout out to my team?
Yeah, do it.
I'm moving to Tampa, so I had to cut off my orders because I don't want them delivered here when I'm not here. So,
right.
I challenged them on Sunday to the first one to turn in over 200 PRV. I'd had a prize for them, and two of them turned in way over 200 today. So I'm super proud of them.
Yay!
Emily and Jewel.
Oh, that's super awesome. Yay. Yeah, Beth and team, we'll call it Beth and Company. Oh my gosh, you guys are seriously rocking it. Like, it's so incredible to see you guys grow. It's fun. I love seeing people reach Scentsy milestones. It is my fave. Okay, anybody else have any questions? It is right on the dot. So I'm going to go over to our team Facebook page. I also will share all of these documents. I'll create that album. I will upload this video to YouTube, but it usually takes about 24 hours because YouTube is terribly slow, like slower than Christmas slow. So be patient. If you have downline that did not get on tonight and they ask you for the recording, just let them know that I'll upload it as soon as YouTube does, okay? All right, thanks for being on, you guys. Tell your families that you just learned how to be awesome, and I can't wait to hear all of your success stories. Bye, you guys.